Greetings from South Korea. I am Arirang News AI anchor. Here is the news-making headlines today. U.S. President Donald Trump announced a 10-day pause on the destruction of Iranian energy plants, pushing an existing deadline from March 27 to April 6. The U.S. decision to halt the strikes on the energy infrastructure was made to allow room for diplomacy. But when it comes to war, neither side is a clear winner, making negotiations possible. But they could take longer than the United States' initial plan to end the war in less than 6 weeks since its start. As the conflict in the Middle East persists, its broader impact on the global economy and geopolitical risks may intensify. In a rapidly evolving situation where developments shift by the day, the trajectory of the conflict remains difficult to predict. Seoul is reviewing whether to attend the Group of 7 Leaders Summit in June, after France invited the leaders of South Korea, India, Brazil and Kenya. The Blue House said Friday that Seoul is currently considering whether to attend, taking into account diplomatic schedules as well as domestic and international circumstances. The AEJ had extended the invitation on Thursday, with the intention of expanding support among key markets to address global economic imbalances. The announcement comes as Middle East tensions and energy risks are expected to feature prominently in discussions among advanced economies. Industry Minister Kim Jong-un presided over an emergency government meeting on Friday to produce plans for the stabilization of industrial supply chains and manage energy demands amid the prolonged Middle East crisis. Kim called for the private sector's cooperation, especially to refrain from collusion and hoarding. The minister also vowed to make efforts to prevent disruptions in production across major industries, such as the medical and everyday goods supply sectors, due to potential shortages of industrial materials, including naphtha. Meanwhile, the country's first adjustment of the fuel price cap took effect at midnight on Friday, raising limits by more than 200 won, or 15 cents per liter, after just 2 weeks, as global oil prices continue to climb. President Lee Jae-myung has paid his respects to the 55 fallen heroes who died while defending the country's west coast, and vowed to end confrontation in the West Sea. Speaking at the 11th West Sea Defense Day commemoration on Friday at Daejeon National Cemetery, Lee vowed to strengthen policies for veterans and their families. In the morning, President Lee and First Lady Kim Hye-kyung visited the Cemetery of the Fallen Heroes and paid their respects. The West Sea Defense Day falls on the 4th Friday of March to honor those who died while defending the nation's sea areas, including the 2002 inter-Korean naval clash near the maritime border. South Korea's Nobel laureate Han Kang has won the National Book Critics Circle Prize for Fiction for her novel We Do Not Part. Organizers said Thursday local time that the translated novel won the prestigious American Literary Award at a ceremony in New York. We Do Not Part revolves around the perspectives of 3 women set against the backdrop of a civilian massacre on South Korea's Jeju-do Island in 1948, and was highly praised for its powerful, sobering work, as well as its portrayal of Korea's past. It is the second time a Korean author has won an NBCC award following Kim Hye-soon's poetry win for Phantom Pain Wing, and it's the first time a translated work has ever claimed a prize in fiction. That is all from me today. Thank you for watching.